So are you curious about body language and behaviour? I have been working under the umbrella of this field for over 20 years. And so within that, I believe I have a very good insight into behaviour and body language. What is potentially going on with regards to Meghan Markle and this supposed memoir that she is writing. But if you want to understand more, then this could be the video for you, where I dive into the behaviour and body language of the royal family, and in most cases, Harry and Meghan. So don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and let's dive right in. So before I get going, my name is Ems. I am a qualified UK therapist. I've been in this field for over 20 years. So within that, I've garnered a lot of information, which I am hoping to share with you, the viewers, so you can better understand yourself, but also the people around you. So before I get going, it is that time where most of you know it is grab your drink of choice. This is something that I do. You can fast forward this, but I ask you, the viewers, to send in your videos of what you are drinking today. Write it in the comments. Are you enjoying, like I do, my cherries and berries? And no, I am not sponsored. But for those of you who ask me, what is cherries and berries? It is this. It is a cordial that you mix with water, and well, it's my favourite. It's sugar-free, and yeah, it's one of my favourite go-tos. So that is cherries and berries. But as always, one of you lovely viewers have sent in your videos of what you're doing. It can be whatever you like. It can be you, your fur babies, your family, whatever, you and your friends, etc. Just a minute to 2 minutes long, and it will go up on this channel. Send it to the email that's going across the bottom here now. And here is the latest one. Please give them some love, because, you know, I do feel it's quite brave that these people are sending these in, because not everyone is confident on camera. So thank you, as always, to all of you who are sending these videos in. And here is the latest one. I'll see you in a minute.
I enjoy your show. I'm having homemade chai. I blend up the spices myself and add some loose tea as well. And this is an old cup with one of my grandsons on it that I got one Christmas. Have a wonderful day.
So what I'm seeing at the moment in the mainstream media is there are a lot of articles that seem to be coming out in regards to Meghan Markle's memoir. And as you know, I do believe that she or her, whoever puts this out there, and I do feel that it is a veiled threat. Remember when she did the Cut interview, she talked about the fact that she never signed an NDA, and she has a lot to say until she doesn't. And I think that this is something that she is doing to, in a sense, remind the royal family that she knows things. And I have said before, and if you haven't seen my other videos, please go and watch them, because there are various videos that I have done right back from the beginning where I have spoken about Meghan Markle blackmailing the royal family. Now, I don't feel it's in the sense of, as we see it in films. I don't think for 1 second that she's kind of going, I'm going to blackmail you if you don't give me X, Y, Z. But in an underlying way, I feel that's exactly what she's doing by having these articles put out. When she does interviews, she drops in various things, and that's how she does it. So I'm going to look at what could it be. If we are going to look at that, what could it be and why? So what could it be? Now, most of you are in agreement with me that there was potential blackmail from the beginning. I have said, and so many of you again have agreed and said yourself, that there was a potential possibility of a fake pregnancy. Now, this is alleged, of course, because I don't know. But given how I understand narcissists, they are capable of anything, even something that is as far as faking a pregnancy. I mean, let's face it, that's a horrible thing to do. But and for the most part, people like you and I would never dream of doing something like that. But we are dealing with a narcissist who wants to secure Harry. So right back in the beginning, I feel that Harry is the sort of person, because I know that, I'm sorry, I'm going to sort of jump about a bit here and hope you follow me. Some people have said that Harry was so in love with her in the beginning. Now, I have said before as well that lust and love, the feelings mirror. So even though you may be in lust with somebody, you feel that you're in love with them. Harry is very immature, and so it's very possible that he believed he was in love with Meghan when in fact he was just in lust with her, which is why usually after a few months or 6 months, if you haven't developed into love, the relationship burns out, because the lust, it's almost like you've scratched, I mean, there's such a horrible way of putting it, but it's true. It's like you've scratched that itch, it's not exciting anymore. And I think that someone like Harry, you have to be a specific type of person to secure someone like Harry. And that's why if you look at Cressida and Chelsea, look at the type of personality they are. This is why I do believe that he was, even in his immature way, probably in love with them, because he stayed with them a long time, and because they were somebody that generally were quite sort of quiet and were possibly the calm to Harry's being very, very extrovert. Someone like Meghan, who's a narcissist, would come in and play that part initially, but eventually it wouldn't work because she's an attention seeker. And Harry, as much as he enjoys all the good side of having the limelight, he doesn't like the negative side. Whereas Meghan doesn't necessarily care as long as she's being captured by the cameras. So initially, Meghan would know that she would need to do something to secure Harry and lock him down. And this is why I believe there is a potential of a fake pregnancy. And like I say, if you go back and watch my other videos, I've explained how that developed, why I believe the wedding was rushed, and all of those things. So that's the first thing that you've got. And I hate to say this because I have researched this. I'm sad to say it, but there are things that you can buy now which almost can create the whole thing for a fake pregnancy. That is fake pregnancy tests, fake scan photos even. You can buy various things that can create even, and I'm really sorry if someone has gone through something like this. I mean, I myself have, so this is why it is so important to me that we work out the truth of this. It's like a fake miscarriage. I mean, I've been through a real one, and I know that probably some of you have. And so it's horrendous to think that somebody would actually go through with that. But somebody like Meghan would. And because Harry is not particularly very bright, it is very possible that he wouldn't understand what needs to be done when that happens. And if you can imagine Meghan sobbing on the bathroom floor, you know, you're sort of picturing it. I mean, I'm not being funny. If you can create a fake, I'm going to unalive myself, it's not really a stretch to think that this would happen. And she says, I want to keep this private. I don't want to tell anyone. I don't want to tell your family. And then she probably brings her mother into it, and her mother is like, I'll deal with this, don't worry. And so they concoct this kind of plan. And then it's almost as if it's in a way to secure Harry. And I don't know necessarily. I have a feeling that this happened to secure the engagement, possibly even around the wedding or just before, because her wedding dress was very ill-fitting, and it makes sense to me that she would say that she was pregnant with this ill-fitting wedding dress, because in her mind she's pretending that she's going to need to fit into this, and then of course she doesn't, because she isn't pregnant, and she's spun this whole line. I mean, I hope you're keeping up with me here. So you've then got this whole thing where she's set this up, and you then got to look at the fact that Harry then would find it very difficult to leave her, because she's like, you know, I was pregnant, I had a miscarriage, you know, if you leave, I'm, you know, I'm going to say that, you know, you were very uncaring, etc. You know, and no, it's not the worst thing in the world that somebody could say, but it's very damning for someone in the royal family to have that stigma attached to them, especially given that she's played the whole racist thing. So this would be very damning, and the royal family probably wouldn't even want this kind of negativity associated with them. Harry would know that. So there's very much a potential of Harry has just kind of kept this quiet. Hence why, when you look at the wedding, he looks absolutely miserable. Now fast forward to what I believe happened in regards to Archie, where I feel that probably around all of this, Harry was unfaithful. Now, again, some people have said there's no way Harry was unfaithful. He was so in love with her. Please go back and watch the wedding. He was not in love with her. This is not a man who is in love with this woman. I think he finds her attractive. I don't think he's in love with her. I think he was just kind of put into a no-win situation and unfortunately had to make the best of it. And I think that Meghan has capitalised on all of this. So what she would then do is, if she found out, say, for example, and if Harry's miserable, then there is absolutely every chance. He has been unfaithful before. We have seen it, even when he's with the two that he actually, I believe, actually loved. He's a player. He was unfaithful. He was actually seeing somebody called Sarah, I forget her second name, but he was seeing somebody else whilst he was even dating Meghan. So I absolutely believe he's capable of that, especially if he's miserable, he's gone off, he's got drunk, he's possibly done the other thing, which I can't say. And he slept with somebody and then this person has got pregnant. Or the other scenario is the rumours have circulated of the fact that it was somebody that was young and possibly either a staff member or somebody else. And the royal family needed to keep this quiet, which is the only reason why I believe the royal family would lie to the public about a fake pregnancy and saying that it's Meghan's child, because anyone with eyes can see Meghan was not pregnant. So you have this then version where Meghan has swanned in and said, I'll save the day, I'll pretend to be pregnant, I will save Harry, I will do all of those things. And I will, in a sense, save the royal family from this terrible ordeal. Meghan hasn't done that because she cares about Harry. Meghan's done that because she doesn't want to lose the nest egg that she's got. You know, this is somebody that has she's cultivated this grift. There is no way she's going to lose that for the fact that Harry has been unfaithful. And like I say, again, I know people say there's no way he would be unfaithful. Absolutely, yes, he would. So this lie then has been cultivated. And I do believe, because as I've said before, and again, I always remind people to go back to earlier videos, but I understand that not everyone wants to go back to watch another video. So basically what I have found out is there is no law in the UK that protects the two parents of a surrogate child. The law is fully in with the surrogate, even if it's Meghan's eggs, Harry's DNA, whatever, doesn't matter. The law is fully on the side of the surrogate here in the UK. I understand that some people have said, well, maybe they went abroad, but I don't believe that happened because it's too icky, it's too messy, if you like, to find a surrogate, to put that in place, then create it to be that, you know, then it's the chance of the surrogate getting pregnant first time. It was like this all happened in quite a short succession after the wedding. So I think the wedding was rushed because potentially, I'm not saying for sure, but potentially this was something that was happening. And that's why it also might explain how when we saw Archie, that he looked older than what we were being told he was. And this was the baby in the beginning, not the one that they presented to the world that was wrapped up. I don't believe that was Archie. But but the child that we saw, that we can see is a real child in the videos, or the couple of like the tour in Africa, etc. So it's very possible that Harry got somebody pregnant, then the wedding was rushed, and this is all guesswork, by the way. This is just my brain, the way it works. And so Meghan, like I say, she's come in and she's well, you know, I'll be pregnant, and so she's now got this leverage. And in my mind, it's the only thing that makes sense as to why the royal family would get behind something that's a lie. Because I don't believe the Queen or anyone would get behind somebody that is just using as a surrogate. There's nothing wrong with having a surrogate. It's been done a million times. Nothing wrong with this. And even if it was that Meghan wanted a child in the line of succession and used a surrogate, I still do not believe the royal family spent 9 months with this woman and was like, oh yeah, she's definitely pregnant. Anyone, we saw it, and we're only viewing it through the lens of what the media show us. So if they're with her in person, there's absolutely no way they didn't see that she was being dishonest. So they would know. So then it begs the question, why lie? And if they're wanting to protect the real mother and the child even, then I can understand why they would. They're put in a no-win situation, unfortunately. And I'm sure there might be more to it than that, but this is just, like I say, it's the way my brain is working. So now we have Meghan, who's got leverage. Then we have that then something happened after the South Africa tour where I was told, this is quite way back when, that the real mother put a stop to Meghan seeing the child because she did not like how Meghan was treating the child. And you've only got to look at Duck, Duck, Rabbit, the fact that she's sitting there with this child in a baby grow, with a full nappy. Narcissists are very much about looks, are very much about how it looks to them. Young babies, especially young children, are an extension of the narcissist. So I believe if Archie was really hers, this child would have been in designer gear. She would have been merching what the child was wearing. You know, she does it to her own clothing. She absolutely would have done that to Archie if Archie was hers. The reason she didn't, and this child was just in a plain white baby grow, is because this child isn't hers and she doesn't care or love this child. So she's not going to put herself out there as in like, this is my child, when it's not. She would be still angry with Harry, even though she's gone along with it because she doesn't want to lose what she's got. She still would be very angry with Harry for what he's done. He's put her in an untenable situation in her mind. So then this was put a stop to, and this is why I believe Megxit was started to orchestrate, because then Meghan started then put in her plan B of like, okay, so now I'm being stopped to with seeing Archie. This is now making it very difficult. The media are turning against me. The family are turning against me. Okay, so now I need to put a plan B in because I don't want Harry here fussing around his child with this other woman and it's nothing to do with me. So that's when I think she started to put plan B. And then it's possible then that she went too far and she was booted out. Sandringham Summit happened. I think Harry was then given the choice to either you go be with her or you divorce amicably. We give her a settlement and you stay here in the UK where you're here with your child. Meghan did the Canada Pat walk, which was so obviously a doll. Anyone, again, with eyes can see that this was a doll. And I think, again, this was a threat to the royal family of, I know the truth, you know I know the truth, I'm going to expose you if you don't send Harry over here. The next thing we know, Harry's doing his freedom flight to Canada, and there they have stayed to then hotfoot it over to the United States, where Meghan started putting her plan in action. Narcissists will always have a foot out of the door. They will always have this alternative because they never fully invest anyway. But I do believe she wanted to solely take over the royal family. I think she thought that she was going to be the most popular. When that started to go wrong, she was like, right, okay, this isn't working out, so now I need to do plan B. And then, like I've said, unfortunately, the lockdown happened and it scuppered a lot of her plans. So what is this leverage now? So this is what I believe is what could come out. Now, I know that some people will be thinking, but this would make her look just as bad because she's gone along with the lie. Now, you've got to remember we're dealing with a narcissist who doesn't care what she does, in a sense. So there is every chance that she is using this threat of, I know the truth and I'm going to expose you. Now, it's not going to make her look bad, in a sense, if she comes out and says, the royal family forced me to do this. Harry was unfaithful. He did this. So she's not going to, you know, the royal family adopt this never explain, never complain, never explain. And if you think about all the things that have come out, the royal family, aside from, you know, the late Queen stating, which I believe was from Catherine, recollections may vary. And then we've had Prince William stating, no, we are very much not a racist family. They really haven't said much about any of the allegations that were put out there after the Oprah interview, after things that Meghan and Harry have both done. They've literally stayed silent. So there is also every chance that Meghan will know that if she says something, they're also going to stay silent. And if she's got this leverage of, if Harry divorces me, then this is what I'm going to say. This is why I believe they're now living separate lives. This is why they haven't officially got divorced, because this fear of what she could potentially say. And I understand that some people go, yes, but, you know, surely this is, like I say, going to make her look bad. But she will spin this. Narcissists are, they're forever in almost like survival mode. They will do whatever it takes to make sure that they survive whatever is coming, in a sense. So they will lie, they will do stuff illegally, they will do whatever it takes to claw their way out of something. And Meghan is no different. So she will absolutely do whatever it takes to come out, in her mind, on top. Now, we know that potentially isn't going to happen because her reputation really is in the toilet now anyway. But she doesn't believe that she will stay there. Her ego will tell her that there are things that she can do to climb back on top. And one of them will be to act revenge on the royal family. Of course, the rest of us are going to see what she's doing, but that doesn't matter to her. So she is going to be sitting there kind of going, right, well, if you divorce me, I want this, 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 and this, because if not, this is what I'm going to do. Now, I don't know exactly what the royal family are going to do in regards to this memoir that she's supposed to be penning. I do think that she probably didn't bank on the backlash that Harry would get for Spare. Meghan is not just thinking about money here, because people, I don't know if people will necessarily buy what she's selling, because there are a lot of people, like I saw a poll, and I'll put that up here, where literally not like 95% were like, no, I'm not going to buy her whatever she writes. There will always be a select few that do. But in her mind, that's almost like what Spare was. Spare was like, let's put this out there, see what happens. And yes, Harry did sell some copies. Most of them then apparently sort of went in the bin afterwards, or but he did get some money out of that. But money is not everything when it's actually gone against you. And Harry would now realise that Spare has gone against him. Now, Meghan will absolutely do the talk show circuit. She will do whatever it takes to have, and people will be clambering to interview her. If they divorce, they are going to want to know, because people don't care about the damage. People that do these interviews don't care about the damage they cause to other people. They just want their pound of flesh, basically. And Meghan will be happy to give it. So I do believe that the royal family will put things in place, because they've done it before, where they've said, okay, yes, if you want to do that, but there's certain things you cannot say. And so I do feel that behind the scenes, they will be doing something to make sure she doesn't spill the beans. Now, of course, she can do it in other ways. She can say, one of my 5 friends can spill the beans. But I still think the royal family are not stupid. They didn't get to where they are today. They've come up in, you know, they may not have come up with someone like Meghan in close proximity, but they've dealt with very astute people. the Queen especially, and even though I do think King Charles is quite a, you know, a soft-hearted person, I don't think he's a stupid person, and William and Catherine most definitely are not, and I also don't think Camilla is, and you know, and then you've got Princess Anne, and you've got the rest of the family who would all be advising of what to do in the best way to handle someone like Meghan. The thing is, she's shown her hand. She has shown the type of person that she is. So they're not going to be going into this blindly. And this is the thing, when you sit back, and this is obviously for you guys out there, when you sit back and you watch, observe a narcissist and how they behave, eventually, if you do nothing, they will eventually show their hand. Now, the problem the royal family have is this is not just about narcissism now. I think that we are very much working towards someone that has psychopathy. And when you have got somebody that moves into the realm of sociopathy or psychopathy, then it becomes obsessional. Because usually with a narcissist, if you ignore them, they move on. They move on to somebody else, and that person then becomes their mark. However, if this is going on a long time, this person's obsessed. And I feel that Meghan is absolutely obsessed with taking the royal family down in some form or another. But she is failing, because even though, yes, this did initially do a tiny fraction of damage, I think with everything that's happened, the way that the royal family have held their own and held themselves up has shown the class that they are in comparison to Meghan. And when you have all the other things that are coming out, now America turning on her, the Hollywood have just literally just gone, we've shut our doors, which is what she covets, I believe. And all of this will anger her. And unfortunately, this will then also redirect her revenge back to the royal family, because in her mind, what she will be thinking is, if I hadn't met you, this would never have happened. Or if you hadn't have booted me out in Megxit, this wouldn't be happening right now. She doesn't have any self-actualization, so she wouldn't be thinking, oh, actually, what am I responsible for? She wouldn't be caring about that. What she'd be saying is, this is all your fault. And so I want revenge. But like I said, eventually they trip themselves up. So do I believe that Meghan will be actually doing this book? Yes, I do eventually think that she will write something, unless the royal family have means to absolutely put a stop to it, or they do it in such a way where they're like, you can write it, but we want to see a copy and we want to go through this and make sure that you're not saying anything that could potentially damage the royal family. I do feel that things will be put in place. Do I feel that eventually they will divorce? Yes, I do. Absolutely. And I actually think if Meghan had become successful by now, she would have divorced Harry, because she would no longer need him. But unfortunately, she still needs him, which is why she's clinging on with her barnacle, like a barnacle, which is what I call it. And yeah, so I do think eventually it will happen. They are leading separate lives, and so eventually it's going to come out. And so I think that they will be forced into potentially a divorce, because it's going to get, I think it will get exposed that they are leading a separate life, which is why I also believe the property in Portugal is Harry's. I don't believe this is Meghan's or Doria's. I don't believe that at all. I think that was probably put out there just to make it seem as if, oh, Harry's done something lovely by, you know, giving Meghan a property because he still loves her. No, the fact that this is near his cousins as well, it's like, come on. It's like, I think that this is Harry's bolt hole. I think that because he doesn't want to be in the UK, I don't think he wants to come back to the UK. I think he wants to be part of what goes on with the working royals, but I don't think he wants to come back to the UK. So I think that he will have his home in Portugal, and I think that he will go there to be with his family. And like I said, it's near to where Archie is. So that's an easy kind of, you know, not far to go if you want to go and see your son. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments, because, you know, is there anything that I haven't thought of that you've thought of? You know, as always, I do love to read them. And I just want to thank you all so much for your love and support so far. I am at 76,500 now subscribers. So I'm probably not going to get to my 100k by the end of the year, but I'm hoping I will get as near as I possibly can. So if you can help me with that, please subscribe to this channel so I can get my 100k plaque, which I will be very, very grateful for. Plus the fact, the more views I have here, the more I can do in my giveaways, because the views is what creates the monetary side of things. So I will be doing my Christmas competition, which is going to be going up on the 1st of December. So what it's going to be is 24 days. So I'm going to be doing an advent calendar, and I want you to send in your pictures of your fur babies dressed in their Christmas outfit. Now, if you do not have a fur baby, then send in a Christmas picture. You know, as long as it's Christmassy, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It can be of you, your family, it could be a scenery, as long as it's Christmassy, because I'm going to be doing a 24-day calendar. The winner will be what goes up on number 24, because that is going to be, because obviously I'm not going to be posting on Christmas Day. So that is going to be the winner. And so the winner will be getting a prize giveaway, which will be confirmed nearer the time. I haven't quite decided what I'm doing in regards to whether it's a monetary giveaway, whether I'm going to get you to choose something from Amazon, etc. I don't know yet. I haven't quite worked out all the details. But you must be subscribed to the channel. You must like the video as well. You must have either PayPal or a way that I can obviously send you something. So there will be a main prize winner. There will be the second prize, third prize, and I might do a couple of runners up. Each photograph I choose will go up on the 1st of December, 2nd and 3rd and 4th and so on. But the winners will be chosen, you will see, because they will be going up at the last days. And so yes, so this is what you will be getting for your Christmas giveaway. I will be ironing out all the details, so this is roughly what it's going to be. So get your pictures in as soon as possible. So the cutoff point for this giveaway is 25th of November. You must get your pictures in. You must be subscribed to this channel, like this video, but I also need you to put in, when you send the pictures in, please put in the reference bar Christmas giveaway, so then I know that's what I'm looking for. And also drop in the comments #Christmas giveaway. If you are a member, you will also be having your own Christmas giveaway. Nothing to do with sending the pictures in. You can still do that if you want to be included and you want your fur baby or whatever picture to be included in this giveaway. But you also, as a member, as a thank you, you will be getting your own giveaway as well. So it's not just the members, it's subscribers as well. For those of you, before you jump on and go, oh, you're always supporting the members. No, the prize giveaway is for everybody, but members also get their own prize giveaway. So like I say, the closing date for all of this is the 25th of November. And on the 1st of December, all the details will be going ahead of who has won this competition. So you can keep an eye out for all of that. I am ironing out all the details, and I will, if things change, I will let you know. But so far, that is what it is. So yeah. So that being said, I also want to give a thank you to the lovely people who part of my Amazon wish list. Somebody sent me some professional makeup brushes, my favourite colour. I love this colour. So they don't want to be mentioned. They want to stay anonymous, but I just want to give a thank you to the fact that you have sent me this, and I really, really appreciate it. As you know, I love my makeup, I love my brushes, and I am very, very grateful to you for sending me those. So thank you so much. I look forward to using those. And this as well, which is which I always struggle to get my hair curly. So this is something, and it's really, really soft. You wrap it around your head and then you put it in with the clip, and then you can tie it up with hair bands. And so I look forward again to using this when I've washed my hair, so then I can wake up with lovely curly hair and with no heat on it as well. So it will be extra special because of that. So thank you again to those of you who are sending me in things, and please don't worry if you don't. This is, you know, this is just something that's optional. People that have asked me, and I certainly don't want anyone to feel bad about the fact that they can't join up as a member, or they can't send me things. It's not about that. You know, you watching my videos here and supporting me is thanks enough. So I really, really do appreciate you all for that. So yeah, so in the meantime, have a great rest of the day, whatever you are doing, and I will see you in the next video. But as always, I love you, I appreciate you, but most of all, I respect you. Take care. Bye-bye. Mwah.